Hailing from Des Moines, Iowa, Taylor Mills spent over 12 years recording and touring the world with Brian Wilson, a man who changed the face of 20th century music as the legendary genius behind the Beach Boys. The Brian Wilson Band would become famous in its own right, with Sir Paul McCartney declaring it the best touring band in the world, period. Mills would become part of the musical history by participating in Wilson's first ever solo tour in 1999. Surrounded by brilliant musicians lovingly recreating his work, Wilson found the courage to continue touring.
He got more confident, I think. I think he did open up a little bit more and felt like, maybe I can do this again, and writing and doing more things.
In 2002, the Brian Wilson Band performed Pet Sounds in its entirety over 6 nights at London's Royal Festival Hall. It was a triumph, performing what many considered one of the greatest albums ever made. Paul McCartney said it was the Beatles' inspiration for Sgt. Pepper. The event was recorded for DVD and CD and was followed by a world tour.
God only knows what I'd be without you.
That same year, Taylor and the Wilson Crew would perform a command performance for the Queen of England at the Queen's Jubilee behind the gates of Buckingham Palace. Royalty mixed with rock royalty for a star-studded event. In 2004, Wilson and the band completed the Smile album, which had remained unfinished since the 60s and was one of rock's biggest mysteries.
It was all there, everyone did their homework, and when we came in the first day, it was awesome. The vocals were all together and amazing.
It garnered a Grammy Award and was performed over 12 nights at London's Royal Festival Hall. All of England's rock royalty were in attendance for those legendary London shows. Riding high on the success of Smile, another world tour followed. Mills continued to tour with Wilson, appearing at venues such as Radio City Music Hall, Carnegie Hall, Sydney Opera House, and the Glastonbury Festival in the UK. In 2005, the Wilson Band performed in Berlin at the Live 8 festival that took place in multiple cities around the world. In 2007, Mills stepped out on her own with Lullaby, produced by her Brian Wilson bandmate Scott Bennett and her husband, Styx drummer Todd Sucherman. It was a critically acclaimed work that showcased Mills' exceptional skills as a songstress. This was followed by the equally stunning release, Under the Surface, in 2009. Throughout her time with Wilson, Taylor Mills has shared the stage with artists diverse as Elton John, Bruce Springsteen, James Taylor, Sting, Eddie Vedder, Neil Young, the Beach Boys, Billy Joel, and Paul McCartney, and more. One highlight included recording with Phil Ramone and Giles Martin at Abbey Road. Back in the Wilson camp, Mills was predominantly featured in That Lucky Old Sun, Wilson's love letter to Los Angeles.
During sound checks, he would say, "Hey, everybody, listen to this," and then he would start playing something, and he would give a direction to singers or playing this and the drums, and he was very specific on what he wanted people to do.
It's like there's weird little words that you kind of forget. By, I, God, whale, cry. Very important. Fish, wish, whale, bye. Why?
The record contains some of his strongest material in years. This work debuted live in London and was recorded live at Capitol Studios in Los Angeles for a DVD release.
Live not die.
So sweet. You were my baby grand. So sweet. Such a sweet ballad. Oh, so sweet. Sweet voices right from heaven. Radio 7.
Brian Wilson reimagines Gershwin, commissioned by the Gershwin family, was a unique take on old standards, including 2 unfinished Gershwin compositions finished by Wilson.
Practice. 1, 2, 3, go. The way you haunt my dreams, the way you haunt my dreams. No, no, they can't take that away from me.
In recent times, Taylor has also lent her talents to artists like Steve Cole, Charlie Mars, Gowan, and Santana and Journey founding member Greg Raleigh. After years in Chicago and Los Angeles, Taylor lives in Austin, Texas with her husband Todd and their daughter Tegan. A proud Iowa girl, Taylor is honored to be inducted into the Iowa Rock and Roll Music Association.